We are already done with multiplying the basic of multiplying polynomials using the monomial term as the one to be distributed to the terms in either another binomial or trinomial. In this video, we'll talk about what if the term that we are going to distribute is also a binomial, or in short, we are getting the product of two different binomial expressions. Let me share to you the items that are found in our module. So we have only three different items here, and I believe this is already enough for us to construct or scaffold our learning when it comes to product of two different binomials. So we are going to distribute we are going to use still you're going to use the distributive property here. Okay, but we are not just going to say, okay, and I know the answer for number one, sir. I'm just going to distribute this one, and then I will have here x plus 5x and then minus 2, and since these two are like terms, then I could say 6x minus 2. That's my answer, sir. I am 100% sure that is my answer. Well, that is part of the process, but not is that is not just the only process here. Take note that we are distributing or we are multiplying the whole binomial to the whole binomial of the other, not just these two terms here and then copy the rest. So in short, this is not the correct process. In the distribution of the terms here, we may use a unique method only for binomial to binomial multiplication. That method is known to be the FOIL method. The FOIL method is just the style, uh, the more, what they call that, formal, not necessarily formal, stylus lang. Style, name for a technique in distributing the terms for these expressions here. FOIL method actually means we are going to take the product of the first terms. The first terms are the red check uh, terms. So we are going to take first the product of these two. Outer terms, we have here the blue terms here as outer. We are going to take their product. Inner terms will have 5 and then you have x here. The one you did earlier as to say 100%. And the last term will include the last terms of each binomial, meaning first, last, outer, and then inner terms. Then if we are going to take their product, if there are some items that need to be added or are combined by the process of addition or subtraction, we need to do that one. But I need to make foil better, just for a better reference. It's not just necessarily foil, but it is actually f plus o plus I and plus L. Meaning, after the product of the first, we need to add it to the product of the outer and then add to the product of the inner terms and add to the product of the last terms. We are using here addition as separator, just like what we did in the previous video. But do not worry again, if even if we're using the addition as the separator, if the result will still be negative, it will return to a negative sign, because when we talk about or take the addition symbol or the plus sign before the grouping symbol, the signs will still remain. The signs of the grouping symbol will still remain. So we need to make it this way better than just be reminded of what foil really stands out. So let's have this method for number one. We're still going to distribute, but we're going to use this technique here. The more style technique in distributing binomial to binomial only. So let's start. The first term is the product of the first terms. So you have x times x. Notice that I am using here parentheses just to reference product. Even if we could we could simply write them side by side because they are already coefficients. There might be instances that the writing side by side is not just anymore, not anymore comfortable. I'm going to show you the outer. Okay, but first they're going to add. This is what I meant about when I will be using the correct process of parentheses. Outer, the outer term, again, this will be taken charge. The sign will be taken charge by the next term. Now, this is where the parentheses is very important. Take note that if there are no parentheses here, this may look like x minus 2. Right? So instead of sub multiplication, you are subtracting x and negative 2. That is why I am emphasizing the use of parentheses and the use of plus sign to determine the inner, the thing that we did earlier, 5 times x. Again, parentheses are very important. And then you have here plus, the last terms are 5 and negative 2. Because if you will not use parentheses, that will may mean 5 minus 2, which is a 3, a fatal error. Okay. And then these are now the pairs. So we have four pairs: the pair of the F first terms, the pair of the O, the outer terms, the pair of the I or the inner terms, and the pair of L or the last terms. And then we need to combine these pairs independently, separately, never minding what will be the result of the other pairs. Later pa natin sila i-combine. And then you have it here. X times X, same base. So 1 plus 1 plus you have x 1 times negative 2, you have negative 2 and copy x, and you have 5 times x is 5x, and then plus 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. And then finalize the result. The result should, again, this uses multiplication law of exponents. So you have here x squared, and then you have here second and third terms to be like. You may combine them. Negative 2 plus 5 is positive 3x, and then use the breaking down of the grouping symbol, distribute the sign here. This will result to minus 10. For this expression here, we have x squared, you have x, and we have a constant here. They are unlike terms, so this would be our final answer for number 1. So as you can see, FOIL method is a technique that we may use. You may use. If you have other methods, you may also use them. Doesn't matter as long as they follow correct mathematical procedures. But if they do not follow correct mathematical procedures and then you still got the correct answer, we need to examine them properly. Let's proceed to number 2. So again, we will use here the FOIL method, or better yet, F plus O plus I plus L, to emphasize addition as a separator. So you have here y times y for the first terms, and then plus outer y times 6 or positive 6 plus negative 6 times y, and then you have here plus negative 6 times 6. We have four pairs to be combined. Combine them independently. And then later on, if there are items that may be combined, let's concern it later. So you have here y, 1 plus 1, as the multiplication law of exponent will tell us. And this is plus 6y. And you have plus negative 6y. And then plus negative, that's negative 36. Okay. And then finalize your answer. This is y squared. And then this can be combined. 6 minus 6 is 0. You may still write here 0 and then y. But again, this is not anymore needed because that's still is equivalent to 0. So you may or may not write that. But I'm just writing it there for reference. So plus positive times negative. So you have here minus 36. So without writing this in the middle, you may have the final simplified answer y minus 36. So we have here a constant and we have a little coefficient with raised to 2. This cannot be combined. That is the final answer. Now let's proceed to the last item. Last item is the square of 2p minus r. Sir, I know what to do. I know what the answer. I will use the power law of exponents. Power law tells us to distribute, distribute, and distribute. Therefore, my answer, sir, is we have 2 squared, and then we have p squared, and then minus r squared. But I can still simplify, sir, 2 squared as 4. You have here p squared minus r squared. I am 100% sure that this is correct, sir. That is the right process in multiplying expressions like this. Now, we're not yet sure if it's really true or not. Some of you might already have understood that it's already it's some of you might be already convinced that it's correct. Some of you might say or could be convinced that it's not. Let's try to determine. This one here is using the law of power, a power law of exponents. Power law meaning to distribute the exponents to all the terms inside. But take note that the two terms here are separated by addition or subtraction. Okay. Let me go into a different process. I'm not saying it's correct. I'm not saying it's wrong yet, but some of you might be saying it's correct or might be saying it's wrong. But let us just show a different process to come up with a solution and determine later on which is better. Which is it really correct, or do we have to scrap the power law here and apply the FOIL method? Let us just use how do we apply a FOIL method here? Take note here that if we have the square of this binomial, squaring means there are two different factors of the given binomial. When you say x squared, this is actually x times x. All right. If you have k squared, this is actually k times k. So if you have 2p minus r squared, that is actually the same as 2p minus r times 2p minus r. There are two binomials with two binomial with 2p minus r as the terms multiplied to each other. And then, as you can see, binomial, binomial, we may use the FOIL method. FOIL method means the first. So you have 2p times 2p. And then you separate your plus. You have 2p times, again, this shall be taken charge by the next term. I mean this, when I said this, the operation here. So you have here minus r. And then that's minus. Let me separate it properly. Yeah. And then use the plus a separator. Inner is negative r times 2p. And then last terms, you have negative r. Let me rewrite it properly. Negative r times negative r. This is plus. All right. These are now the four pairs using the FOIL method, or the unique and the stylus way of distributing the terms. And you have here the product of each of the pairs. 2 times 2 is 4. And you have P1 plus 1. And then you have here plus 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. P has no partner. R has no partner. They say as they are. And plus negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. R has no partner. P has no partner. But arranging them alphabetically, you have P, R. And finally, plus negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. R 1 plus 1. This is 1. Okay. And then this follows this procedure. 4p squared. Oh, it's almost the same here already. The last term is also r squared because 1 may not be written. So we have this here. So are they the same? Let's look at the inner terms. The inner terms can be combined because they have the same PR. PR. So negative 2 plus negative 2. Again, negative 2 plus negative 2 is not 0, but it is actually negative 4PR. And then since this is plus, I'm going to write here plus, and I'm going to just simply move it here. Therefore, the result for this product of two binomials is 4p squared minus 4pr plus r squared. Are they the same with the direct implementation of the power law? Definitely not, because this is binomial, this is a trinomial. So which of the two is correct? So this one should be correct because they applied power law. But power law, if you're going to review the power law is only applicable to the terms inside a grouping symbol separated by multiplication or division. But this one, we have here a subtraction. So this do not allow power law to happen here. Even if it's plus, power law can also be cannot be applied here. This could only be power law could only be applied if there is no minus here nor plus. But since there is a separator of negative minus, or even if it's plus, power law is not anymore applicable. Therefore, this step is not acceptable. What will be acceptable for this is to give two factors of the given binomial, use the FOIL method, combine what we can combine, simplify what we can simplify, and simply accept the final answer. No need to combine the terms here. This is p squared, that's r squared, this is pr. They are unlike terms, they stay as they are. Okay, so as you can see, we have here diverse examples. You have here that will result to a trinomial. This is a binomial. This will still result to a trinomial, but the given is with a square of a binomial here. So FOIL method is just the unique way to distribute, but you may use your own method if you have come up with one. Just make sure that it follows correct mathematical procedure. The next video is actually another method for us to determine the product of polynomials. It's another method. You may or may not use it. You may or may not use even FOIL method. It's up to you which you will use, as long as, again, it follows correct mathematical procedures. See you in the next video. Goodbye.